Hello, my friends, it's me, Manuel from the Good Life SOSUA, and here I'm currently at my office. In case that you want to book a property, just come to my office and we will help you book your perfect stay for your next trip at SOSUA. So, here I have a story time where I receive a 1-star review of a guest that, yes, at the end in this business, we need to deal with all type of guests. So, this guest booked for 8 nights in one of my units, and check-in was completely smooth. He paid the electricity deposit. He was asking questions regarding the apartment, and we answered all of them. So 2 hours later, he calls me. Hey, Manuel, I want to change the code of my apartment because the security that helped me bring up my luggage, I think that he saw the code. And I told, hey, of course, we can do that for you. So I told him by phone, please let me know the exact digits that you want for your code. And he told me, let's say an example, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I put 1, 2, 3, 4. So he started calling me at 2, 3 in the morning, calling. But to be honest, I didn't hear the phone. He called Airbnb, and Airbnb was calling me at 4 or 5 in the morning, but I was sleeping. I didn't hear the call. So I wake up at 6. I saw his calls and Airbnb calls, and I thought, wait, something happened. When I see all the messages, I'm locked out, you gave me the wrong code, and then I thought, hey, you told me that the code must be 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I told you 1, 2, 3, 5, not 1, 2, 3, 4. No, we just call and you even test the code before you going in. Maybe he was drunk or something that he couldn't figure out the code. Once I get into the log system, I can check exactly the code that he was putting. So when I go to the system, he was putting completely another code that it wasn't the correct one. Obviously, if you don't put the correct code, you cannot get inside the apartment. So this was the first night, my friends, out of 8 nights. So he contacted Airbnb telling that he was locked out, that the smart lock was faulty, that the lock was having problems, so he can get a refund. And I told Airbnb, wait a minute. We were having a conversation. He called me by phone that he wanted to have another code. We did change the code by phone. He even tested the code that it was perfectly working. And I showed a picture when we changed the code and how we test the code. He can also see, like in the smart lock app, you can see like everything. You can't lie with the smart lock app. So I told the guest, hey, I'm sorry, I was sleeping, we're humans. No, you're not supposed to be a super host, because super hosts are available for me 24/7. Wait a moment. A super host is a host that will try to solve the issue as soon as possible. But hey, we're humans, we're obviously allowed to sleep. And I woke up at 6 in the morning, and he told, I don't want to be here anymore. I will leave the first night. And I told, well, remember, we don't give refunds, my friend. We don't give refunds. Yes, I'm going to talk to Airbnb, and they will give me a refund. You will see. Instead of staying and enjoying his trip for the next 7 nights, he decided to leave. I don't know where he left, to another place. So the apartment was still with the booking confirmed. The code was still the same, so he can enter at any time. But he never entered because I was seeing at the smart lock app if he entered to the unit, and he never entered. He was texting me every time that I must give the refund, and I told him, look, you need to solve with Airbnb because we don't give refund. At the end, Airbnb didn't give him the refund because I told Airbnb, look, this happened the first day. He wants that I change the code. The apartment is available, perfect condition, everything is working. And at the end, he wrote me a 1-star review. I'm gonna put here his review. and I'm gonna put my review from my end. Also, I'll reply to his review because you as host can reply to the guest review. And then when I replied to his review, he texted me by WhatsApp, "Hey, I don't know, you're lying." Blah, blah. Hey, my friend, I'm not lying. That's why Airbnb didn't give you the refund. You can even stay at the apartment and you decided to not. You're not a super host because a super host, the same conversation and the same conversation. And I told him, look, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I don't want to host you anymore. And please, just don't talk to me anymore. And then the thing that I did to not go back and forth, I just blocked the guest. And I told Airbnb, please block this guest from all my properties. I don't want to have this guest anymore in any of my properties. Because at the end, you as a host, you feel bad because you want to give always the best experience to your guests, but they think that you are a slave, that you can solve the issue. Obviously, he was locked out, but it was his fault. It's not my fault that he wanted to change the code to any random number and at the end he forgets the code. I can't do nothing about it. At 2-3 in the morning, obviously if I was waked up, I can obviously from my phone open the apartment. But sometimes there are guests out there that you think that obviously they're paying their money, and since they're paying their money, you're their slaves. And it doesn't work like that. Anytime there's the time to solve the issue. But in case of emergency that the apartment is getting on fire or something, obviously if I'm sleeping, the police will go there because they will notify the police until I get waked up. So yes, my friend, this is the story time for today. In case that you have any issue or something that is not working, please contact the host, call them. But sometimes they're not on working hours, and you must understand that. At the end, we're humans, we sleep, we have family, and all those stuff. At the end, we know that we need to provide the best service, and as you can see here, you can see my Airbnb reviews. Gladly, I'm 4 years hosting with over 1,000 reviews. And as you can see, we have a 4.8 stars, and that's great. As you may know, we have over 1,500 guests that are returning customers, and I'm very glad for them that they're just coming with us because they know that we provide the best service as possible. So another important thing, my friends, in case that you want to book with us, in the description below, I will put a link of the past video that I made on how to book one of my properties. So if you see that video, in that video, you will see a discount code. So it will be applied for the first 30 guests that watches the video or books with us. Use that discount code for your next stay and I'll be glad to host you. So this is everything for today. Thanks for watching. See you, stay safe, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.